just finished up my freshman year, and I was struggling a lot with like drug addiction and like sex and pornography, you name it. I was in there deep. My parents found out, and my sister was upstairs in her room, and she came down and she asked my mom and my dad why they were crying, and they told her like what I'd done. I saw like the hurt in her eyes, and that broke my heart like bad. I felt like trash. I was throwing my life away, and I was hurting her and the rest of my family and some rest of my friends in the process, And so that day is probably like the major turning point that I realized, I need God.
Struggled really hard with depression and anxiety, and I thought God was real, or I knew God was real, and I believed that God was real, but I didn't believe that he was real in my suffering, if that makes sense. If he was real in those like really hard struggles that would clamp me up and just make me freeze in the middle of a room full of people,
I didn't know where I'd be going, or my everyday to look forward to is just wake up, school, sleep. No plans over the summer besides a job, and Narrow Way completely flipped that around.
When I first heard about it, I didn't want to come, and I just had it set in my heart that I wasn't going. And that was probably 3 weeks before, a month before. And my little sister was going, and a couple other people from my church were going. And I was like, I don't want to go to that. That sounds stupid. That sounds lame. And the day before it happened, I was at work with my dad, and I had a pressure on my heart, and he was talking about Narrow Way. And I felt like I had to go. I kind of was feeling anxious a little bit. And he texted Xander and he said I could go.
I ended up as a counselor for Narrow Way. It was just a thought in the beginning. It was just an idea. One of those ideas that you're yeah, I'll get back to it, One of those ideas that you're just kind of I don't really know, but we'll see.
My grandmother, she's super, super Christian. Best grandmother I could ask for. I think it was Kai and Tim came up to her, told her about the Narrow Way thing, and she got me convinced in it, this would be so good for you to learn. So I hopped on that, and that's what brought me here, and I've learned so much since. Probably my best decision ever to come here.
Beck was speaking during the end of worship at the end of the service, and I was oh, that sounds really cool, because I've been to church camps before. And I was looking at the pictures and videos, and I was oh wow, that looks really cool, pictures of them evangelizing people, and I was wow, I kind of want to do that. That sounds really cool, that looks really cool.
So I kind of heard about it through Beck, because I've known him since my first time going to On the Edge and everything. Then he started Narrow Way after he left the Bible college, and I remember him talking about it and stuff, how the Lord had given him a vision. He eventually started it. So Beck reached out to me, and he was like, hey man, just wanted to ask if you wanted to be a counselor or whatever. And I was oh man, that'd be really sick.
So when I came, not in a bad way, but I seriously didn't want to be here. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was but after, I want to say third day, I was the people are so nice here. And I was wow, they actually care about how I feel.
Yesterday we went to the baptism and I got baptized because I still had a lot of sin and things I was holding on to, and I just recently realized that I really needed to let them go, and like they weren't doing me any good. So I did let them go, and I got baptized again, more sincerely.
I love worship so much. I might not have the voice for it. Some people are like grand singers, but it's my favorite thing to do. Like when we didn't worship till like 10 at night last night, I was like, come on. It's that's why I feel like stuff really reaches me and my words can really reach him other than praying. Everything we sing, it's about him, you know? It's not for a pointless cause, and I love it. It unites everybody extremely well, and the music is awesome. It's one way to really lift you up.
I think coming here, like God like really talks to me through worship, and there's this one song. It's called "Redeemed by the Blood of the Lamb," and it talks about how I'm not the same and that I'm changed, and it repeats that, and I was like, I'm not the same. Like I'm different now. Like I literally felt like arms wrap around me, but like nobody was there. So I was like, it was like God. So I was so happy. I was crying. Like here, it's so welcoming. Like you can feel His presence here.
I don't know, like the Lord just like really like used like everything like here to kind of like minister to everybody, and like I'm excited for the after part where I get to like check in on these guys and just get to see how they're doing and stuff in everyday life. But
it was like so nice to finally see like somebody who cared, or like a church that cared. And like now the difference is between like from back then and like now, I don't want to leave because everybody, like I made friends, everybody here is like so welcoming, and it's nice to have a community to like always come to.
Lord, teach us how to submit to you. Teach us how to love you and worship you and discipline ourselves to do that. And so we love you, God. Give us more of yourself as we go here tonight. We pray this in Jesus' name. Let's give the Lord a round of applause.